Good afternoon. My name is Anatoly Motkin. I'm president of StrategEast, and our next panel is dedicated to development of the IT experts from Kazakhstan. It's a special side event held within this forum here today in Samarkand. And first, let me introduce our distinguished guests and speakers. First is Abay Absamet, Managing Director at Astana Hub. Aktore Barlybayev, a product manager and at Toolpar Tastamat project, a member in Astana Hub. Aida Dikhanbayeva, a project manager for Kazakhstan at StrategEast. Rostislav, chairman of the management board, National Information Technologies, JSC-TBC. Yersultan, Yermanov, director of development of the IT industry, Ministry of Digital Development, Innovations and Aerospace industry of the Republic of Kazakhstan. And Pavel, Koktyshev, managing partner and co-founder at Most Ventures. So first, let me a couple of words of what happens these days in Kazakhstan about the IT experts. A year ago, within the digital breach, President Tokayev declared that now the developing or scaling up the IT experts from Kazakhstan becomes a priority for the country. And also a new project, Tech Orda, of 20,000 new jobs to be created or tuition fee to be covered for Kazakhstan students has been launched. It has been launched then, practically this program started on September this year. And my first question would be addressed to Yersultan from perspective of the government of Kazakhstan. What actually the incentives existing today in Kazakhstan for new companies to come to Kazakhstan? Second, what actually the new conditions that the government now is creating and developing to attract more companies and also to convince more students in Kazakhstan to start studies and to be engaged in IT industry in the country?
Hi everyone. На самом деле, со стороны государства оказывается очень большая поддержка на самом высоком уровне. Глава государства постоянно, на последнем Digital Bridge он открыто сказал, что мы особый приоритет отдаем IT-отрасли, дал ряд поручений по ее развитию и в целом оказывает постоянную поддержку ее. На самом деле можно посмотреть через другую призму. В сентябре у нас состоялось 2 мероприятия с участием главы государства, как раз которые касаются именно развития IT-отрасли. Мы провели встречу с диджитал-номадами. Диджитал-номады — это наши сограждане, которые работают в биг-теках за рубежом. Глава государства уделил время, мы организовали встречу в Нью-Йорке, когда он ездил на Генассамблею, и получил как раз обратную связь от тех ребят, которые живут за рубежом. Как вообще нужно развивать отрасль, какие вообще тренды сейчас в мировом масштабе. На эту встречу, такая инсайдерская нота, было выделено 15 минут. Да? Глава государства просидел с ними 40 минут. Ему было действительно интересно понять, какой потенциал скрывается за развитием IT-отрасли, какие вещи еще можно в Казахстане развить, какую поддержку нужно оказать отечественным IT-компаниям. И второе мероприятие уже в дальнейшем было участие главы государства на Digital Bridge, где он в таком открытом формате выступил на панельной сессии и озвучил очень много таких тезисов, которые касаются дальнейшего развития. И мы особый упор на данный момент, я думаю, делаем как раз на региональное развитие и развитие человеческого капитала. И, соответственно, мне кажется, эти два стрима дадут очень хороший эффект как раз для развития экспорта. И в целом у нас модель строится, грубо говоря, Ростислав, я думаю, в дальнейшем в своей презентации расскажет, как государство себя позиционирует. Так или иначе, мы занимаем 8-е место в мире по рейтингу ООН по качеству предоставления онлайн-сервисов. И, соответственно, это та экспертиза, которую мы можем также экспортировать в другие страны.
And export to other countries, and our colleague Abay from Astana Hub, how we support this direction, how we train the employees, and our programs with providing vouchers until 2025 in the educational area. And here, from governmental point of view, we never stop on achieved. We constantly communicate with the market, we require feedbacks, and we urge the market to help us. As public officers, we may not notice all the changes to market. This is the thing that directs us. And within the framework of our visit to Uzbekistan and even on Digital Bridge, when our president told us that we are Central Asian state and all the Central Asian states should be united and promote their expert hand by hand, shoulder by shoulder. And today on a meeting with Sherzod Khatamovich, he urged to consolidate IT Park and Astana Hub in order to bring together our startups to penetrate our startup ecosystem. Different educational programs, metallurgical programs, so the things we hold in order to give the access to everyone. We reserved, we're going to uphold a particular number of places for Uzbek startups, and this will allow our startups to take part in cooperation with Plug and Play. I think it's going to be beneficial for every company working with us, and we'll promote it in the future to develop our experts. So this is what I had to say
Thank
to
you,
you.
Yersultan. And the next question would be to Rostislav. So the question is, we understand that the IT industry in the country, it's not only about the IT industry, it's also, or IT experts, it's also about the e-governance. It's about the digital tools, how the government communicates with its population. So I wonder how we would describe what is the landscape today of e-governance in Kazakhstan, please.
Hi everyone, всем добрый день.
Now, I think we'll turn on the presentation, and I'll briefly tell you how we in Kazakhstan work with this participation of our government, how we support startups, products with value added costs. So I'm going to start with different, how we reached this. Now we are looking at global digital transformation trends, and this direction in our country called like GovTech Pyramid. It's a unit in our government. So what did we get here, as my colleagues mentioned earlier? Now we are on 8th place in world on online services and online government as well. And we really got promoted in digitalization of state services and public sector as well. But anyway, it was, let's say, incomplete process because many public services were introduced in e-government, but not all the people used them actually. So we needed to have clear data, precise data, correct business processes in business services, and it was a bottleneck, the identification of citizen. Earlier, out of all our population, only just few people received this electronic ID. For this, we are transferring now to so-called life situation format. If I sell an apartment or buy it, rent it, so it means I prepare all the necessary documents, then go there and here. So it's multiple step process, as you see, and every this step can be a separate state service or business service, and now we unite them all to make it like lifetime situations, and we try to integrate one to another so that the citizen can get the end result after performing one single service. You can have other services like child warning system. So when the people in labor department they give you the birth certificate, so the mother of the child can send a short message service and inform about the name and surname of the baby, and plus order the delivery of birth certificate. So this is all about biometrical data. Previously it was very complicated, and as far as I know that in Uzbekistan as well you implemented uh, the receiving of electronic signature, and you have very advanced product, and as far as I know that you're trying to export it even, and our monthly active users, their number increased significantly. It's like 3 million people. Our economically active population are active users of electronic portal. Further, we went to process engineering.
And here we attracted around external platforms. So if we had to go to, if it took 2-3 hours, now we transferred to the bank. The first bank was Kaspi. Now other banks are also realizing this service, including with auto crediting and others. And in this process is being carried out in around 5 or 10 minutes, when the payment and registration are released at the same time, and you do it in the same application which is comfortable for you. You don't really use the government applications every day. I only use 2 of them around 5 times a day to carry out some transactions and payments. And now the number of services has increased now. If it was around 10 or 5% earlier, now after carrying out this service into the bank applications, around 50% or 60%, well, around 50 or 60% of registrations of all the automobiles is carried out online. And this helps to transfer cash payments into bank payments. Now the service of digital documents has also been implemented. Thanks to this, we achieved 3 million mark. With digital documents, was around 20, and they are all basic documents which exist in the country. Even the passport is being transferred to online service in order to move inside the country. And regarding the digital documents, you can even take internal flights and go on trains and take notarial services. They are all equated to usual card services. And this is not only an image. Well, I can't just edit this on the document. This is credited resource, and it can be verified by QR code and other means. During the pandemic, this is not really relevant now, so I'll probably skip it. We just united all the laboratories in the country to demonstrate all the e-documents. They're not, they haven't been issued on paper. They are mostly realized on e-form. How is that carried out? there is a smart bridge platform which allows the market to integrate with state services, with state products. A great number of integrations happens through G2G integration, but right now in the B2B direction it's being carried out. So this is both the access to open data and API state services, the services that we provide regarding subscriptions, all these basic components that we provide to private business in order to help them to create products with added cost. We understand that state cannot create all the services for citizens. It's clear that the market will do it better than the state. Market will make it of higher quality and more client-oriented. That's why we realizing basic components which we provide to companies for creating new products, and that's why it's clear that active growth is based on these services. We're collaborating with Astana Hub. We're planning to open more branches and for both residents and other companies, and thus we see that we can achieve the marketplace in state tech solutions when the private companies can create companies which make it possible to, through some marketplace, they can both promote state and private sectors. The main message is that we try to we started with banks because they already have a well worked out system. We can guarantee the understanding of identification on their part. But now we're focusing on the market of startups and we're trying to provide them the services. Thank you so much. Further, I'll be willing to answer your questions briefly.
Rostislav will pass to the Q&A at the end. And the next question I'll address to Abay Absamet from Astana Hub. In fact, Astana Hub is a center of development of the IT industry in the country. And the question to you is actually today, when you have a way of the joint aim or goal to develop the IT experts from the country, what has been done from your perspective as an Astana Hub to scale it up? Thank you.
Thank you, Anatoly. Всем добрый день. Меня зовут Abay, управляющий директор Astana Hub. Пока нашу презентацию выводят на экран, я бы хотел начать.
I'd like to start. Astana Hub functions on the help of ministry support. We exist from 2018, and our mission is to develop IT in startup industries. Our key strategic goal is to help our residents scale their IT experts around $500 mark. In order to achieve this strategic goal, we provide support around the whole life of the development of IT startups and IT companies. We start with active PR support and realizing the strategies. We tell the youth that how perspective it is to be a specialist in IT sphere, how effective it is to launch your startups in IT. And for our targeted audience, we provide educational and business programs, including incubation and acceleration programs. I'll touch upon this topic later. We also have measures of support. One of them is tax preferences. We also have the program which provides funds to IT startups. And the uniqueness of this program constitutes in the fact that it's based on special model where we help the more mature products to shift to international level with our strategic partners and our councils. through relevant organizations which help us in this sphere. Our traction in 4 years, our information span is around 20 million people. Around this whole time, we carried out around 1,000 events, both online and offline, and more than 50,000 people visited this event. More than 15,000 graduated from our education programs, and more than 2,000 beginning startups have gone through this program of acceleration and incubation. Now there is an active trend of relocation, and in this regard, there is a huge interest in our ecosystem. A lot of companies are registered in this sphere and transfers their employees. And talking about tax regime, there are about 900 residents, and their revenue is more than previously. They economized around $6 million, and they hire around 12,000 state staff. There are also different formats of agreements, including based on legal responsibility, around 15,000. Our dynamics is the active growth year in, year out. And more in detail about another initiative, popularizing technological entrepreneurship in collaboration with famous producers. We create short videos and documentary videos where we talk about success cases that we can build a successful company and become highly demanded specialists which earns much more than average salary. We also carry out around a lot of thematic events in order to help communities talk with each other, get acquainted, create new ideas, collaborate. And I also pointed out about Forum Digital Bridge. This is an annual forum which takes place in the capital of Kazakhstan, Astana. It has become a tradition to visit this event by the president. There were more than 200 domestic and foreign speakers, and several thousand people visited this event as a guest. This was a very charged event, and a lot of people received their value. Okay, I released a teaser. It's about Digital Bridge. We also understand that it's difficult to develop IT startups and IT companies unless you have a great mass of talents. That's why we're working actively with universities as schools. We offer different educational programs. For example, Nazarbayev Intellectual School is a great seed school involving 20 schools. We created one startup school. These students receive knowledge about what startup is and how you can create an idea, how you can test it, how you can create a team. And then we have a demo day where the best companies are awarded. As we reinforce their interest in creating startups. With university, we introduce one-term course. It's included in syllabus of university. These are our educational programs which are available online on the MS forum. This is a startup school, 6-week course about how you can launch your startup, no-code school, about how you can gain skills on launching prototypes without the skills of programming. So these are different sorts of websites, applications, and so on. But the career, we deal with entering into IT companies, build a successful career, and this school is also about how you can sell your IT projects on huge scale platform. A lot of 100,000 of people got their education there. The LM School is our strategic partner. It was founded by Evangelist. He was from France. This is a unique system in terms of effectiveness. works on basis of peer-to-peer learning. There are no teachers there. There are only the collaboration between students. They explain and tell each other about their experiences and knowledge, and they gain scores with that. And this motivates them to further their communication. Now we're receiving more applicants. The education is totally free. This course creates full-stack programmers at the level of junior. Our flagman program Tech Order on development of IT talents of Czech capital.
Not only in Kazakhstan, but worldwide, we can see the deficiency of IT personnel. In order to solve this problem in Kazakhstan, the Ministry of Digital Development and together with our president, they supported the program Tech Order. They reinforced the education in technical schools. It's unique because institutes they receive grants, and private schools, they are more flexible and almost fully satisfy the demands of IT market. They do not receive the support, but they can prepare a good stuff within 6 months, and the overall budget is 25 million. Almost every resident of our country can apply for the grant. 50 schools received the license, and we distributed around 20,000 vouchers among the schools.
We can speak a lot about this program. We divide them according to a thematic algorithm, and it's divided among each school, and each school receives the deserved number of these grants. And within this program, we also collaborate with the international technological companies, which have their educational centers that have 3,000 of members of their staff, and they demonstrated that they are capable of training the specialists, and it is being implemented now, and we are going to announce the start of this project later. Now we move to our business program. It is for those who are ready to start the business project. We have the program of incubation, which is of entrepreneurs. We have hundreds of startups which were launched under this program. Its peculiarity is that it doesn't have the flow. It works like a la carte menu. So any workshop, any mentor has a chance to initiate the project. There is no strict syllabus and time limits. Also, we have accelerator program where we help the more mature IT programs to go out to the market. We had 4 companies participating there. They underwent the acceleration there, and for 3 months of the program they managed to sell for 1 million USD, and that is why we estimated that the program verified its productivity, and 50 companies are under training this year. So here are the cases of the successful startups. Also, our another program with Google for Startups. We have become the first partner for Google for Startups in the region of Central Asia, Mongolia, and Azerbaijan. And now we are starting the second term of this program. We receive around 300 applications from all the countries. Among them, around 30-40% are not only from Kazakhstan, but from all over the region. A bit later, the Zipalaya is going to speak, as is John. He's from Tajikistan. He is the graduate of our first batch. We offer Google the mentor workshop tracking services, and Also, we offer the free working places for the duration of the program, and which lasts 3 months. And also, we offer the free dwelling in Kazakhstan to participate for free in Accelerator. And also, we conduct a demo day where we invite the investors not only from Kazakhstan and the region, but from all over the world. So that's the information about the interesting venture agreements. Here we develop this sphere together with our partners, including those from the market. For example, the blockchain center. Within it, together with Binance Academy, we introduce the blockchain courses at the universities. And as Rostislav mentioned, we have the intention to involve startups for e-gov services. And also, we have the center, which is a platform which was equipped with cool computers, and also mentors work there, and they help the projects at the sphere of Meta Universe and Gameplat. Plug and Play. Our partnership with Plug and Play was initiated last year. We had the first batch of acceleration. They were the cases of the implementation to the corporations, and also we keep developing this sphere of corporate innovation in Kazakhstan. So this is our real picture from the height of the flying bird. And here you can see, in addition to Astana Hub, the office of the Ministry of Digital Development, the office of the e-government, and in IT technologies, IT University, also the International Financial Center Astana, which is chosen very often by non-residents. It is the structure of interesting ideas that there. The legal entity can be structured based on the British law, and if there are any disputes, and they will be resolved with the participation of British judges. So our digital platform, where we have all the services presented, any task can be resolved by our community through online platform, including sending the application about the tax regime. You just need for this to have the electronic digital signatory, and the application is being processed for 2 weeks. The program seed money, it's up to 40,000 USD. We gave 80,000 USD to different startups on different stages. Program is free because we think that the participation of quasi-state companies is a bit toxic, and it is equity free. We don't demand any equity, so this is the revenue share model. So within 3 years, the percent of the income of startup should give to Astana Hub. A little bit about our tax preferences. So this is the comparative table. What residents receive, residents of Astana Hub receive most of corporate taxes are at 0 level. But we need to see the list of services in ICT sphere. Here you can see the table on social payments. It is 3 times less for the Astana Hub participants. Also, a couple of words on how to get the startup visa. This is the working visa up to 5 years. You can get it on the simplified format with the minimum of documents. There are a couple of hundreds of foreign residents who are involved in Kazakhstan for work. Also, we have the expat center, where in one room they can get everything: the ID numbers, the electronic sign, the to open the account in the bank. It's very good. You can get this service in Astana and Almaty. This is called one-stop shop, and this is all from my side. I would like to note that in Astana we have developed the convenient conditions for the venture capitalists and for startups, and I think that the region of Central Asia is very perspective, and our joint task is to make this region as a destination for international community, for international partners, and I think that both Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan have all the necessary conditions and prerequisites. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Abay. And as I mentioned already, StrategEast assists to develop this IT expert capacity to Kazakhstan by attracting international big companies who will train and create jobs in the country, and they will train local students. And I pass the floor to Aida Dikhanbayeva, who is a country manager and the project manager for Kazakhstan StrategEast, to assist with developing the TechOrda project mentioned by Abay previously. Please.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to present, actually I'm honored to present our joint project of Astana Hub and StrategEast. We are all together working on the development of Kazakhstan's IT industry. I will start with the global IT trends, which caused the creation of such an interesting project. The first thing it is that by 2030 we expect the shortage of IT specialists, and this happened because the traditional economy transferred into innovative economy, and the demand of IT specialists is growing day by day. Actually, in this trend, it is also required to change the education system, change the approach to the education system, and make the education more agile, and make these education training materials up to date. So as project team, we are working on these challenges, now started working to meet them by 2030, and the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan set goals. So part of them are to be met by our project team. So for the moment, the main targets, goals are to increase the revenue of IT experts and train specialists who will be doing this expert actually. And we think that Kazakhstan now building the country state with equal rights and equal possibilities for all people, and we have a very, very good foundation for scaling up the IT expert, because we are mature enough on the local country level. So as you can see on my slides, so we are kind of developed in different directions. So and Kazakhstan on a country level did a very good job, and these significant indicators, indexes show this and giving an attractiveness to Kazakhstan. So the direction or approach chosen by the government, it is human-centered approach, and this approach is giving their, I don't know, fruits, and we have a lot of specialist students are prepared by the universities, and who are next candidates for TechOrda program. Now we are working very closely with Astana Hub team, with IT companies, with universities to implement this Tekorda program. And here you can see some data. And this year, actually, Astana Hub almost distributed 3,000 vouchers to support IT schools and IT companies to train students and prepare after 6 months junior IT specialists. So you can see the amount of financing. It's $1,200 for a person. So this is the very, very good opportunity for not only students of the universities. Actually, it is the good opportunity for the switcher people who want to change their specializations and want to move to IT. So we have country level and the global level stakeholders, and as I told, these are big tech companies, the government itself who is financing the project itself for the moment, and we expect international development organizations to join our project, co-finance, and work in a collaboration with the government of Kazakhstan to make our project sustainable, not only working until 2025, to make the project just be big and scale up. So big tech companies for the moment are invited to train students based on their demands and to recruit them, employ them in future, and create offices in Kazakhstan who will be creating really good, up-to-date products. And also significant part of the partner stakeholder of the project, universities. We are covering our collaboration is covering all over Kazakhstan universities. So as you can see, we have a lot of universities, and 64 of them are our target universities having the technical background. So we have KPIs to comply with in this year, next year. So we expect that this year we will start with 5 universities, and then we will have like 20 and more every year. And also we want to be, we understand that international development organizations are our key to sustainable development of our project. So without all stakeholders, without people who are eager to learn and become IT specialists, the project will be kind of complicated, but we want all people to pay attention to this project and Tekorda project, and you are all welcome to join to make this project happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Aida. And it's true that without wide coalition of supporters of different types of universities, international financial institutions, development agencies, also the governmental agencies, all this would not be possible. But one of the important players in this development, and we should understand that the IT experts, it's not only coding, it's not only outsourcing or engineering, as it has been mentioned today, it's also local product companies. And the venture capital plays key role here. And I would like to pass the floor to Pavel Koktyshev, a managing partner and co-founder of Most Ventures, to tell more about the venture component of IT experts from Kazakhstan.
Thank you very much, Anatoly. It's a great honor to be here, and actually I'm wearing two hats at the moment. I'm not only the co-founder of Most, but I'm also head of Affiliated Center for Fourth Industrial Revolution. It's a joint initiative of Government of Kazakhstan, World Economic Forum, and Astana International Financial Center. And it's a pleasure to be here with my fellow friends from Kazakhstan. Yeah, the venture IT community back in our country is very small, but at the same time it's very friendly, connected, and supportive. And I like to combine both worlds, like governmental and quasi-governmental sector. I was part of the launch team for Astana Hub, and I supervised the Astana Hub creation from the very beginning, and I'm happy to see how it's scaling, how it's helping to the whole big region. And of course, switching back to the private sector, I returned to my initial company, Most. It's a long and interesting story. It started actually as a young entrepreneurs community back in 2011, and we hosted our first events and activities in Almaty, in Kazakhstan. But then we outgrown this initiative to educational activities first, a private business incubator in the region, and today we are serving as a whole private ecosystem to support and nurture entrepreneurs. And of course, the cornerstone for our business model is the venture fund. It's the first of its kind. And yeah, can we show my presentation? Yeah, I just need to show the few slides to remind you why the Central Asia is great, right? And why we need to do all this tough job to boil the ocean, yeah? So can you switch the my
could you please?
Presentation? Нет, я попросил эту презентацию, пару слайдов, да, на экран вывести. Я в чате писал просто. Есть возможность эту, вот, которую презентация только что была, показать? Нет, нет, все, вот. A few snapshots. Again, why we come into the closing of this session, and I need to remind why the Central Asia is important and why it's a high growth potential the region. And it's not my words. It's all kind of big and very esteemed organization, including OECD, World Economic Forum, EBRD. So yeah, we are here at the last frontier market, right? So and with extremely talented people. So the huge human capital. You know, just recently Uzbekistan won the Global Chess Olympiad, right? So what does it mean? So it means our people are brilliant. So Kazakh's women's team won I think gold, right? At the same time. So and it's the big market itself. It's not only about like okay, let's scale and let's go US from the day one. The whole selling point of being Central Asian startup or being Central Asian venture fund is just to try to do something here on the ground, and if it's worked out, so you go globally from this specific kind of region. So only in Kazakhstan, it's proven kind of numbers, $2.2 billion. It's volume of the e-commerce, for example, the huge growth of the online payments. Unfortunately, one of the big challenges we need to work as well together with other entrepreneurial support organizations, we need more data, more analytics on a market, yeah, because we need to have proven data, and I think EY and other partners here can help with that. So, but technically, the numbers showing us it's high. It's not only the nice and trendy stuff being startup, being VC investor. It's a pretty viable business model. So I'll not jump into other slides because we do have another panel on investment. But whole point I want to make is this specific panel, that we've got the great minds, we've got the great companies that are growing. We need to help them grow faster, and we need to kick them as soon as possible to the larger markets. So yeah, that's the one and the key goal that we need to do all together, because it's a costly, yeah, and we are private funds of 10 million US dollars. It's not huge money. So I'm sure that the market of Central Asia now can digest about like 200 million. So it means there is plenty rooms for venture funds to come to this market, to start investing, and to scale companies from here. If you want to know how to do it, let's keep in touch and talk on a coffee break, right?
Thank you. Thank you, Pavel. Yeah, and now to you, Aktore. So actually, each IT park and Astana Hub, in one of its capacities, is IT park of Kazakhstan. It consists of members. And I would like to pass the floor to Aktore, who actually represents one of the companies who is a member in Astana Hub, to explain actually what are the benefits for companies who are members, which are members of IT Park of Astana Hub, and actually what makes him actually work easier, and what is the assistance he gets, and what are the benefits of being partner.
Okay, thank you, Anatoly. Let me continue in Russian, as my colleagues did. So, чтобы вы вошли в контекст.
In order to get you acquainted, I'm going to tell you about the project. This project, Tastamat, it's the project for logistics sphere. The basic problem of logistics is that the parcel is delayed. Not delayed, but the receiver is not at home. So that's why we come up with the solution of creation more than 200 terminals, and we are going to increase its number to 1,000 by the end of this year. So right now, the market Yakoma is growing in Kazakhstan. In order to overlap this trend, we increase the number of staff members and the number of terminals. We work 4 years already, and we have 30 large partners like marketplaces, internet shops, and we distributed more than 3,000 parcels. We undergone several deaths of the project. So when we didn't receive Sigma, we developed even during the pandemic, despite these challenges. And now we received the assistance from the government. And the government fully supported us in a very comprehensive way to grow. So we had good solutions, good staff members. And here, the startups, it's very important for startups to receive the assistance of Big Brother, let's say. Our Tastamat project started previous year in September. We had our first terminals in collaboration with the post offices, with AliExpress, and in November 2019, we had a large-scale work. So at the beginning of our project, we had an opportunity of enjoying the free residence. We had our free office. We didn't pay anything for having this office, but further on, so how Astana Hub helped our project, our and other projects. So it's because there is an infrastructure, and they support us in terms of advertisement, and we used services of Astana Hub as a part of their assistance. So we took part in various exhibitions like Echelon Asia, Absamet in Portugal. The presentation for our president. President comes to Astana Hub, and we make a presentation for him. In as well, we took part in Digital Bridge. So this partnership, this advertisement was very good for us. So I'm going just to mention few of such projects for you to understand the scale. And after such events, we sell software to United Arab Emirates. Now we're selling it to Kyrgyzstan. And we work in a very extensive way. Besides, we have a lot of privilege for our staff members, like pizza day, then demo day for our projects. Then we have topical evenings, let's say. And what I enjoy most, that on the territory of Astana Hub, you have an opportunity to get in touch with your peers and to talk to representatives of bigger businesses on some mutual events, or even during the break. You can talk to any representative of the company. So this is what I like most about Astana Hub, and one of the biggest things just came across to my so TikTok opened its official office in Astana Hub. And at that time, TikTok needed some kind of case in order to illustrate that their solution works. And Astana Hub announced a competition that TikTok is going to build up your outreach, let's say. So we worked closely with TikTok. We hired a group of TikTokers. We produced videos and received quite a big number of views. Yes, indeed, Astana Hub really helped us, and we thank it a lot. Plus, we receive government support. Thank you.
Thank you, Aktore. And we have 5 minutes before we have to wrap up. But maybe you have questions on the floor to our speakers. If not, I'll address the next question to Yersultan. When you're looking on your priorities or the markets that could be the priority for Kazakhstan, because when we are talking about exports, you should export somewhere. What actually do you think the low-hanging fruit for Kazakhstan? It could be Gulf states, it could be United States, it could be Europe. How does it look from your perspective?
I guess if we look from the perspective of our expertise and competence on e-government, it's a very simple scheme. We look who is the next in UN index. So this is how we shape our focal areas in order to bring this expertise. So next year we are going to sign the package of documents on our expertise, and we plan to hold several roadshows in order to share our experience. So to make it commercialized further on, and now on the markets, we want to work on on this just together and talk. And I believe that it's the market who will guide us through these processes. Together with the MFA, next year our foreign establishments will have a high KPI on macroeconomic analysis. We want to share this analytics with the market, and our foreign establishments are already eager to help us in the coordination, and so that every IT company has its representative abroad. And for now, so this is all about market, and we are ready to perform.
Regulational obstacles that you should overcome in Kazakhstan that will actually isn't to new companies to come to the market, or you think that actually the existing legislation is sufficient?
На самом деле, те преференции, которые мы даем IT-рынку, я думаю, они хорошие, они очень...
Preferences we give to the market are very good. They are useful not only in our region, but worldwide as well. So we are planning to further develop our technological ecosystem to make it helpful for our own, our domestic market and foreign partners. So our key goal is to make our region to make it capable of having a unicorn and to turn it into a locomotive and attract expert. And so we go to this aim step by step. It's quite a difficult work, but it's still manageable. So our locomotive right now is Astana Hub, but we want to give floor to another market player, let's say, to bring it.
Thank you. And we have a question from Eric Livny from EBRD.
По-русски, наверное, да? Или or English, whatever. No, we're talking about exports of products and services, which is, of course, very important. But in Kazakhstan specifically, we are talking about very large procurement by quasi-state companies. And when analyzing procurement in the past, at least, it was always there was always a complaint that procurement is not transparent enough. Contracts go to not exactly the best providers, and in fact, providing a service to this gigantic industry could be a huge opportunity for companies that develop IT solutions. Is this something you have in mind?
Касательно, наверное,
Regarding the procedure of state procurements, it's not built up on this thing. You cannot choose a particular product. So it's the competitive procedure which detects the winner. Yes, sometimes it's not just. All the procedures are on the paper. The customer cannot trace it from the beginning till the end. So when you receive the product at the end, you may face up with some difficulties. But for the support of IT market, we have a register of reliable product. It's one of the key instruments, key tools to support domestic market. It means the state has priority to purchase domestic product out of this register. So we have a very comprehensive support, and we want to consolidate it further on and reach import replacement, to replace it with domestic services. And here I want to add, I have just a minute. It's not only about domestic solutions, but the sense is that it's localized. So this is the solution that can be developed in other countries and can be localized in Kazakhstan and checked with informational security, and undergoes a few initial stages on procurement. So this is one of the key.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And again, to wrap up this session, I thank you for your insights. And it's important that it's true that this session is about Kazakhstan, but we believe that synergy works the best. So this session about Kazakhstan happens today in Samarkand, an ancient city of Uzbekistan, and the meeting today between the two ministers just demonstrates that working together, the Central Asia could become the next trusted IT destination for global companies. Thank you.